In this episode, you'll discover the 3 most eye-opening lessons women in career and life transitions taught me this year, and how they can help you shift your energy and set the stage for a purpose-aligned 2026. Welcome to the Midlife Reinvention Podcast, a podcast helping women in career and life transitions achieve clarity on their next steps so they can transform uncertainty into an energizing next chapter. I'm your host, Kavita Ahuja, and the founder of It's My Time Now Coaching. If you're wondering what's next in your career or life, you are in the right place. Through solo and guest episodes, you'll gain practical tips, tools, and inspiration to help you uncover blocks, gain confidence, and be, do, and have what you want. I rediscovered myself after the age of 50, and I know you can too. It's my time now to help you do just that. I'm so excited you're here. Let's dive in. In today's episode, I'm sharing the 3 most eye-opening lessons women in career and life transitions taught me this year. Lessons that changed the way I coach, the way I think about reinvention, and the way I believe you can step into 2026 with more clarity and confidence. These are real insights that came from real conversations, moments of honesty, breakthroughs, vulnerability, and strength. And I think as you listen, you'll recognize parts of your own story in them. So if you're sensing a new chapter on the horizon, or you're craving more direction, fulfillment, or a deeper connection to yourself, this episode will meet you exactly where you are. Hello, my friend, and welcome to another episode of the Midlife Reinvention Podcast. If I don't say this enough, I'd like to tell you how grateful I am for you tuning in. Whether it's your first time or your 100th, your support means the world to me, and it's really what keeps me going every day. Today, I'm reflecting on what this year has meant to me and how much I have learned so much, really, from you and from my clients. As a coach, I give guidance to my beautiful clients, of course, on how to navigate the career and life transitions that they're going through. But if we don't learn and grow in the process, then really what's the point? So I'd like to share the main lessons I've learned from my clients this year in the hope that you will be able to bring them into your life as well. Before we begin, I do want to share something personal with you. For those of you who have followed me over the years, you know how important my family is to me. So for this episode, I'd like to dedicate to my wonderful husband, Samir. We just celebrated our 32nd wedding anniversary, and I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge how much I love him and the life we've built together. That is one thing I really want you to do as well. Acknowledge the people in your life who've helped you get to where you are today. If it wasn't for Samir's steadfast, honestly, conviction in me, in his support of my dreams, and really in his calm, beautiful presence, I don't think I could be doing what I'm doing now, or at least it would have been a lot more difficult. When we have supporters and cheerleaders in our lives, it makes the process of transition so much easier. When I reflect on all that we've accomplished together in these last 32 years, it amazes me, to be honest. 2 beautiful sons we've raised that are now getting married in the next 2 years, a supporting family and friend circle, thriving businesses, and a life of constant adventure and fun. I'm a lucky girl, that's for sure, and also it's because I also give of myself. And I want you to live your life fully, my friend. Acknowledge how far you've come. Celebrate your successes, even the little ones, and look back at them and recognize that you did this, and you're only just beginning. I know it. The question is, do you? When I begin working with my clients, the very first thing we do is to celebrate who they are now. And that doesn't necessarily mean the things they've achieved, like the degrees or the promotions, but who they truly are as a person. When we reflect on that first, we realize we have so much to work with moving forward. And we as women don't pause enough to honor what we've created. We move so quickly to the next milestone, the next responsibility, the next goal, that we miss the beauty of everything that we've already lived and learned. And here's what I want for you today. Everything that you've done, everything that you've survived, everything you've built has prepared you for this next chapter you're stepping into now. And nothing has been wasted, not a single experience. And when you let yourself see that, really see it, it really does become the foundation of your reinvention and your transition and moving forward. So, as I reflect on my amazing clients this year, executives, for example, who are experiencing burnout, professionals, maybe who are seeking more fulfillment in their careers, women who are looking to find more purpose and joy in their lives, whether it was through finally pursuing those buried passions or finally giving themselves the time to prioritize themselves, their health, their relationships, the fun in their lives. I've realized and learned the three themes that come up consistently. And if these resonate with you, there's something there that I want you to reflect on and explore. The women I coached have taught me just as much as I've taught them. And these lessons really matter now, especially as we begin shaping the energy we'll carry into 2026. With that, let's move into the lessons. The first lesson is this one. Clarity comes from honoring who you already are. As I said in the introduction, one of my clients, for example, said to me this year, I didn't realize how much I was diminishing my strengths until you held up the mirror. And this happens all the time. Women come to me saying that I don't know what I want. I don't know what I'm good at anymore. I feel like I've lost myself. But when we explore their strengths and their passions and their values, something shifts. We often think that clarity is something we figure out, but this year I learned something deeper. Clarity is something we remember. It's something that we actually reclaim. Because clarity never really comes from inventing a new identity. It comes from honoring the identity that's been quietly waiting inside you. And when you acknowledge your strengths and your values and your gifts, your energy expands. And when your energy expands, you naturally move closer to your Ikigai. Women in transition this year taught me that their gifts were never gone. They were simply buried under responsibilities or expectations, caregiving, or overfunctioning, and decades of being strong. But when we peeled back the layers, what emerged was really extraordinary. This could be, for example, a forgotten creative spark, a passion that once lit them up, maybe a leadership style that they've been muted, or a confidence they haven't felt in years. And here's what surprised me is that every time I guided a woman back to her truth, I also grew more grounded in mine. Their courage reminded me to celebrate my own strengths, and their honesty deepened my own self-reflection, and their clarity sharpened my ability to help the next woman find hers. So, to apply the first lesson, which again is this, clarity comes from honoring who you already are. I'd like you to do this. Write down 3 things you know in your bones you are really good at, even if you haven't used those skills or strengths in years. Again, write down 3 things you know in your bones that you are really good at. And let that be a reminder that you are more capable and more creative than you think. The second lesson is this. Your energy changes when you allow yourself to be supported. Nearly every client I coached this year said some version of these words at some point. I've carried this alone for too long. Just speaking my truth out loud makes me feel lighter. For the first time in years, I feel like I'm not carrying everything alone. And I see this pattern constantly. We power through everything. We handle everything. We support everyone else. We don't want to ask for help because we don't want to look weak or needy or incapable. But here's a shift I witnessed again and again. And this one came through very loud and clear. The moment a woman allowed herself to be supported, even a little bit, her whole energy changed. One client said to me, the minute I said that, I felt lighter, and I didn't realize how much I was holding until I let someone hold some of it with me. It's really a powerful moment, the moment a woman stops navigating her transition in isolation. And what these women taught me is this: reinvention doesn't require certainty, it requires being witnessed. And as they opened up, I realized something also, that their vulnerability made me a better coach. Their willingness to trust me made me refine and soften and listen more deeply and coach more intuitively. I always say coaching is fast forward facing. It's not about reliving the past, but about stepping into the future. But this year that I worked with my clients, it showed me something even more beautiful, and that is that forward movement happens the moment a woman feels safe enough to take one small step. As we allow ourselves the time and space to be heard and to receive help, so much more anabolic or positive energy is released, which opens up all kinds of possibilities for you. I've seen it myself and time again with my clients. So, to apply the second lesson, your energy changes when you allow yourself to be supported. Again, your energy changes when you allow yourself to be supportive. Ask yourself the following question: where in my life am I trying to be the strong one? And what might shift if I allowed myself to receive support? Even small support can unlock huge breakthroughs. So the third lesson is this: your Ikigai emerges when you shift from fear to possibility. This insight was really life-changing for both my clients and for me. Whenever a woman spoke from fear, such as saying things like, what if I'm not ready? And what if I fail? And what if I'm too old? Her energy plummeted into catabolic levels of energy 1 and 2, which is draining energy. Catabolic energy hijacks everything. It hijacks your creativity, your confidence, your momentum, and your hope. It helps you push through crises, but in the long run, it is very draining. But when we explored same questions from a different angle, from possibility instead of protection, everything opened up. Questions like, what would happen if I did try this? Or what's the best thing that could happen if I did this? When we changed the perspective, I heard clients tell me, I feel like I'm waking up again, or I'm beginning to see what's possible instead of what's risky. These women taught me that Ikigai is not something you figure out. It's not a job title. It's not a 5-year plan. It's not a passion checklist. Ikigai isn't found through effort or stress. It appears when your energy becomes aligned with who you truly are. Ikigai is the energetic alignment that happens when your gifts, values, interest, and impact meet. It's about flow and joy, and it feels like I feel like myself again. And when you step into that energy, everything opens up. And it confirmed to me through their breakthroughs that my role as a coach isn't to give answers, it's to help women shift into the energy where answers become visible. And it strengthened my desire even more to help women create lives that feel meaningful, aligned, and awake. So to apply this third lesson, Ikigai emerges when you shift from fear to possibility. I'd like you to finish this one sentence. If fear wasn't running the show, I would fill in the blank. If fear wasn't running the show, I would ... When you finish that sentence, you will see that your Ikigai is actually hiding inside of the answers there. So to recap, here are the big 3 lessons I've learned from my coaching clients this year. Number 1 is clarity comes from honoring who you already are. Number 2 is your energy changes when you allow yourself to be supported. And number 3 is that Ikigai emerges when you shift from fear to possibility. These 3 insights changed my clients and they changed me. They helped me refine my coaching. They reminded me what women truly need. And they deepened my belief that reinvention isn't about strategy. It's about energy and truth and connection. And I really want this for you too. Before we close, I want to share this with you. If something in today's episode or what I just shared with you resonated, even subtly, pay attention to that. Reinvention doesn't start on January 1st. It starts the moment you decide you're ready for something more. Many people wait until the new year to think about change, but the women who feel grounded and clear in January are the ones who begin their inner work now, in this quiet space before life speeds up again. And if you're feeling that nudge, here are a few ways that we can begin this journey together. The first one is a reinvention discovery call. It's a gentle conversation, an honest one about where you are now and where you want to go. And you can book that with the link in the show notes. The second is to take my self-directed online course. If you prefer to move at your own pace, this course gives you the exact tools and reflections I use with my clients, and it's a powerful way to start 2026 with clarity and confidence. You can just email me at kavita@itsmytimenowcoaching.com, and I'll tell you a little bit more about my self-directed online course. And the third way for deeper support is one-on-one coaching. I only work with a limited number of women at a time, and I do have a few spots opening in early 2026. If you felt that internal nudge, this may be the right moment to explore what's possible. There's no pressure, just an invitation to take the steps that bring you closer to yourself. Because starting your year right isn't about resolutions, it's about one decision, and that is, I'm ready to grow. And if you are, I would be honored to walk that journey with you. If any of these interest you, just email me at kavita@itsmytimenowcoaching.com, and we can discover what's aligned with you. So thank you so much for spending this time with me today, my friend, and thank you for doing the brave work of looking inward. Thank you for allowing yourself to imagine what's possible. You are capable, you are becoming, and your reinvention is already in motion. I'll see you next week for the next episode in our Reinvention series.